So give me your Mount Rushmore of Raptors, the 4 guys that you would put on the mountaintop if you had to. Go.
2 are easy, Lowry and Carter. I would actually put Antonio Davis on, because I think for a couple of issues of longevity and times when this was paralleling Vince's time, I think Davis was such an important part. And then I'm gonna reach back. I'm gonna reach way back, and I'm gonna put Charles Oakley on. I think Oak was one of those guys in his career, came to Toronto and changed the attitude of this franchise, changed it. So those are mine: Lowry, Carter, Davis, Oakley.
The correct answer, would you like it?
Well, I know I'm half right.
You are. Carter and Lowry have to be on the list.
Yes.
Number 3 for me, Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Who was a great player for a long period of time and a dominant guy. He was not surrounded by great talent.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame, Bob.
And this one was a little harder. DeRozan would be 4. And
after all the years that you said DeRozan was soft and wouldn't go into the middle?
Yeah, he wouldn't. Well, I was right, though. He was soft and wouldn't go to the middle. And then he got harder and went to the middle, and then he got calls.
Yeah.
The big thing with him at the beginning of his career was he couldn't get a call. And he had to prove that he would go in there and fight. And he did, ultimately. It took him 2 or 3 years, more than 2 years, at least 3 years. But he started to get the calls, and by the end, there were many people that didn't like the DeRozan trade. I was not necessarily one of them, because I thought the team had peaked at what they had and they needed to make a change. Did I know that was the right trade to make? I did not. Simply because of the injury situation coming in.
Yeah.
But DeRozan is still playing, and playing at a very high level.
But
he played at a high level. He was the leader of the team, more or less. He and Lowry were the leaders of the team. And I think he's been forgotten to a great extent.
Well, I totally agree. He's been forgotten. And I think the moment that they won the World Championship, that was the ultimate reason why he should be forgotten. The thing that about DeRozan, whether it be in San Antonio or in Chicago or here in Toronto, was there was always a ceiling. And Masai is enough of a cutthroat manager, president of basketball ops, whatever you want to call it, to know that he was never going to deliver you a championship. And you see, this is where you and I differ, I think, in our philosophy of, individual stars and impact players, is that, and you told me earlier, Roger Clemens, this is a team sport. The fact that he couldn't deliver that, to me.
What did Vince Carter deliver?
Well, but Vince Carter
and Kyle, let's be honest about it. Kyle Lowry did not deliver the championship to Toronto.
Kyle Lowry was pretty good that run. He was pretty good that run, and he was consistent. But I also, I know. Listen, there is this. Some of these arguments are as hollow as Swiss cheese at times, Bob.
Of course.
But from that perspective, I'm biased too. I was around the team a bit earlier at the turn of the century, and just felt that those were the impact players that made a difference and paved the way for all of this to occur. That's why I picked Oakley in that scenario, because I think he changed the attitudes. So anyway, that's my thought on the basketball side. Chris Bosh is the other guy I think a lot of people have forgotten too, because they didn't make.
I think you forgot him. That's why he didn't go on your list.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You think Oakley in 2-3 seasons was more important to the Raptors than Chris Bosh was? Honestly, really?
Well, again, I was around for the Bosh era for most of it, and I just didn't see enough winning. I just didn't see enough winning.
But it was the team that wasn't good. It wasn't.
Well,
It wasn't Bosch himself.
yeah,
You know,
We're
what
all
he was
entitled to-
surrounded by was not particularly great,
yeah.
which is ultimately why he wanted to leave. Wasn't that
Well,
he
no, he
hated
wanted to
Toronto?
leave because he had a chance to play with, you know,
Well,
the-
no,
the
he didn't.
triumvirate.
When he decided to leave, it was not necessarily to go to Miami with the other guys, with LeBron,
Yeah.
um,
and Dwayne.
and Dwayne, but he decided to leave anyway.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be that's where he wound up going.
I would have
All right.
gone with Dwayne and LeBron too, for the record. So
Sorry?
I would have gone with LeBron and Dwayne too. So
Well, I would have too, and especially with what was happening with the Raptors at that moment in time.
yeah.